no exams. You know, that's good for some of us A-level students. BTEC and A-levels. We already know the stereotypes. You know, A-levels, the smart guys, you know, always down, focusing on their work, supernatural level genius, that kind of thing. BTEC students, almost used derogatorily, used as a derogatory term almost, like this is a BTEC something if it's not as good. But I'm here to dispel those myths, or maybe perpetuate some of the myths and tell you what the difference is between A-levels and BTECs. So, myself, I am studying A-level computer science and BTEC diploma in engineering. So two very high intensity disciplines, of course, but because I'm doing both and I'm caught in between the people who say A-levels is like this and BTEC is like this, I'm going to tell you what I think. Now, first of all, with A-levels are so much more intense than BTECs for sure. They take a lot more focus, determination, commitment, and everything that you could possibly say to A-levels that you don't necessarily need for BTEC, which is why I was so astonished to find out that triple BTEC has the same value as a 3 A-levels, which just doesn't make any sense to me. And a lot of the people I've talked to as well have this similar thought process. They're like, I can't believe 3 A-levels is equal to this and vice versa. It's weird. A-levels are definitely more specialist and wide-ranging than BTECs, because I'll give a general example. If you do A-level maths, you can go into so many different fields and it opens a lot more doors than, let's say, maths units in an engineering BTEC, because they're more niche. So A-level maths is very focused, but it can apply to a wide range of scenarios. But with the BTEC maths I did, it applies to certain fields that you want to go into, which is quite an important thing to keep in mind, because some people go into BTEC, then they'll find out, you know what, maybe I want to do this instead, maybe I want to branch out of what I originally applied to do and go here, but it's not so easy to do if you did A-levels. One thing with BTEC is that it's a lot more lenient, because BTECs aren't all exam based like A-levels are, which counts for it in my opinion. I think that's better from a BTEC perspective, because it treats it like how things would work in the real world. Nowhere in the real world are you going to study something for 2 whole years and then take a final exam at the end of those 2 years that everything counts towards. Obviously this year, 2020, no exams, you know, that's good for some of us A-level students, me included luckily. But yeah, overall BTECs are assignment based, which is good. It's a lot more relaxed in that perspective, because you have a chance to learn while you're doing your assignments, get teacher assistance, have deadlines extended, improve on the work you've already submitted in, have a chance to change a pass to a distinction, that kind of stuff. You can see your grades throughout the year, which I think is amazing. But I just don't think that it's as rigorous, in my opinion. That's why with BTEC I am breezing through it easily. For engineering, all my maths units, business units, mechanical engineering unit, all of it's easy for me. And compared to A-levels, it's obviously a lot harder. I'm still doing quite well in it, but that's just the difference I've noticed. Now, what about the difference between students? Because, you know, there's 2 different ways a student see BTEC and A-level students, and I'm here to say, in my experience, just my limited experience at one school, there is not that big of a difference between the students. Like, obviously you've got those, how you say, weird people doing BTEC, but most of the BTEC and A-level students are the same, and there's actually a lot of crossover. There are a lot of people like me who did an A-level maths in a BTEC or A-level computer science in a BTEC, because they realize they can do what they want to do without having to go overboard and do 3 A-levels or even 4 A-levels if someone's crazy enough to do that. So it's just a balancing act between, do I really need to go through all that stress to do this? Do I really need to go all in doing 3 A-levels to get where I need to go? Or can I just coast it and do a BTEC and an A-level? And if students are seeing it from that perspective, I think exam boards need to take a long, hard look at themselves and think,
why, in any vision of the world,
are these 2 similar to each other? It doesn't make any sense. But that's just the way it is. The main thing to keep in mind if you're really focusing on trying to make a career choice before sixth form, or maybe even changing a few weeks into sixth form, is this: do you need all the A levels you're taking to do BTEC? Because A levels are no joke. If you want to get, I'd say, even C's and above, you're gonna have to put a lot of work in to get those, and it may not be worth it for you if you can do what you want to do with a BTEC and an A level instead, which is what I did. I changed a few weeks in, and yeah, I can still do exactly what I wanted to do before. So you should keep that in mind, and don't make it seem like anyone will look down on you or think you're dumb for picking BTECs, because there are a lot of people who think like that, and it's just not true. You can do exactly the same thing a 3 A level student does as a normal engineering student. So keep that in mind. And that's just my 2 cents on what BTEC versus A levels is like. If you like that video, share it to friends who are making a decision. You know, leave a like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff, and follow my socials down below. Bye.